You're right, everyone, it's Sam here. Welcome back to Season 3 of the Pinnacle League. We're here for round 19 today in Austin, and here we are on my qualifying lap. And going into this race with a 33-point advantage after our first DNF of the season last time out. That was a fairly big blow, certainly from my point of view. I mean, after a surprisingly good finishing record, I mean, with my connection and stuff, it was a shame to have that come to an end, and I just get so nervous about these title deciding races, mainly because I've already lost, like, I don't know, 3 out of the final races before, so I always worry about, like, the final, like, deciding races. So I was hoping for some kind of miracle in this race, because I mean, I could have won the championship here if things had gone my way. In fact, a race win would have been enough for me to take the title here. In fact, a race win in this or Brazil, would either one, no matter what other results there were, would be enough for me to win the championship. And also another one, which may have been a little bit more realistic, would have been getting a podium in both races. So I think that would probably be our more realistic hope going into these 2 races, because I mean, I know how quick Jordan is here from the Cody's League, and even before this season he was very quick at Brazil, so I was expecting him to be super fast this time around. But back to this, and we're only 5th at this stage. It's right at the end of qualifying, and I really wanted to get at least 1 qualifying point, and that's exactly what I get. So yeah, still very much, well, I was about to say in the balance, but not really, because I still had a good 30-point lead at this stage. But yeah, that's what it was, 30 points to Jordan, I guess, at this point, seeing as he took 3 off me there. 31, I was 32 ahead of James at this point then, I guess. But going to the grid, as you can see there, I'm 3rd, my teammate Brandon in 9th, our last 2 races as teammates, so we certainly wanted to get at least 1-1-2 finish, seeing as we didn't get one this season, and we didn't get one in all the time we were at Ferrari. But we've got the lights cut on now, and we are away in Austin for the penultimate round of this season. I don't really get the best of starts, and I wanted to go to the inside line there, but really had to try and keep a cool head. But I think I braked a little bit too early there, in fact, and this really sets me back on the exits. I get a little bit of a nudge. I can't really see where it's from. I know that DLT was one behind me at that stage, but it's hard to tell really who it was. I don't think it really matters too much. But we're down to 4th at this point. Arte's got ahead of us up into 3rd. You can see up in front, James and Jordan battling with each other already. It's already very close for the lead, and I guess this was probably what I had to hope for. To hope they kind of trip over each other, seeing as they were, if they were taking points off each other in these final 2 rounds, then that would help me quite a lot, really. But going down the straight for the first time in this race, and DLT is lining me up here, and I really don't want to lose any more places, because it's just reminding me of Season 2, where I kind of lost out to Hickey and Alex and a few others when I was trying to catch Arte. But I just managed to hang on to it around the outside at this stage. DLT still very much there. I'm right on the back of Arte still as well, but you can see at the front, the top 2 still going at it, as one of the cars behind me lunges at me. I think it must have been DLT, and it was. Of course, Hickey, who it was, who pulled off that triple pass, I think, last season, that hasn't managed to pull that one off yet. I say yet, but who knows, as we're heading into the final corner at the end of the first lap, and so it's down to 4th at the end of the first lap. Not the best one, I guess, but of course it could be a lot worse, because I mean, when you're in this kind of position, you just imagine being taken out of turn 1. But speaking of turn 1, we've managed to get up the inside of Arte there, a nice and clean move up into 3rd place. And later on in this, like you can see, James and John battling for the lead, and I think someone's messed with those Ferrari brakes, because I have no idea what was going on there. But he runs way off the track and gives James a nice comfortable advantage, and I'm into 2nd place at this stage with Arte still all over the back of me as we head through this tight section towards the end of the lap. But yeah, not much happening after this as the guy behind me begins to battle, and I was trying to keep up with James, but we were very close on pace here. I wanted to keep it cool. I mean, even though getting past James would put me in championship position, couldn't really risk too much here. So into the pits, but DLT and Howdy are both coming in, and that cost me so much time. And one thing I should really mention is that Jordan pitted on the lap before, so he'd be getting an undercut, and of course we're going to lose out big time here because he's going to be right onto us. And you can see that not even half a lap later he's already onto us. I'm not sure if he had DRS here, but he seemed to have much better straight line speed than me in this race. We head into whatever corner number that is. I even lock up just to make it a little bit easier, but heading into his tight section, I'm not going to make it easy for him as we're heading through, and I go as defensive as I can afford to be. We head through here, and I'm just about hanging on for now. I just about got the traction on the outside, and of course some bad memories there. Suddenly a lag barrier in TGP season 3, and I was battling Howdy through there. So I always feel a bit uncomfortable battling in that section, but I've survived for now as we're coming across the line in 4th place, beginning 8th lap. I think I couldn't see who that was there, but someone who must have started on the primes as we're lining up Sir Lane, the other Jordan, in this. And we haven't seen much of him this season, but he came back for his final couple of races. But me and Psycho Jordan are up into 2nd and 3rd, and I get a little bit of a bounce off the one of those curbs there in the Maggots and Beckett style corners, so that kind of sets me back a little bit. But you can just gain so much momentum like through those corners that sometimes it doesn't even matter. But I did get a corner cutting one in there, I think. But of course Jordan, he's going to have DRS for definite this time, and he's going to have a very good chance here of passing me, and I just had to hope that I'd be able to defend or even like somehow pull off a pass in the a 3rd sector. But I get as defensive as I can down the straight. I mean defensive enough but still legal, that is, and it wasn't quite enough. He managed to get around the outside, I mean on the racing line as well. So yeah, he's back up into 2nd at this point, and that was a bit of a dumb half-eyed move from me there, and it cost me quite a lot of time, and it took me a couple of laps to make up that time I lost there. But I was surprised I was even able to make up at all. But you can see there Jordan making a bit of a mistake in turn 1, and I think in this race I certainly was a lot stronger than him in the 1st sector, but that middle sector with the long straight was just really my downfall. You can see here just how much more speed I was carrying through that Beckett style corner, and I'm back up into 2nd for now, and this was a really good battle here, very clean, and it hasn't always been. I mean, think back to Spain this season, I seem to be doing a lot of reminiscing in this video, don't I? But heading onto the DRS straight and just about holding onto the position for now. But of course I knew that for all the good it was, I was quicker in sector 1. I was just gonna lose it in the 2nd sector, which was kind of frustrating at this point, because I was starting to wonder how I would be able to pass him. You can see there I was just trying to outbrake him after he's already done the move, but that would have been very difficult to do. And yeah, I wasn't sure, but of course I kind of had to keep a calm head at this point and remember that if I got a podium here, then I could get a podium in the next race and win the championship. So I did have to try and bear that in mind. But yeah, for some reason me and Jordan just seemed to be two magnets on our cars, because he just wouldn't pull away, and I'm trying to remember now. I mean, I'm recording this quite a while after the race, but you can see here he runs wide, and I get up the inside for now, but he's going to be right back there. And my driver throws his hand up as we have a little bit of wheel bang in there, and I have the inside. But of course, in this corner, you just need the traction on the exit. But yeah, as I was saying, I can't remember if I was really pushing to keep up or if that was just how it was at this stage. But either way, it was a pretty terrific battle here, and it's nice that as we're coming towards the end of the season, we're sort of ending it the way that we started it, with us battling just like we did in Australia and Malaysia. But in this race we weren't the dominant duo, because James has done a fantastic drive here. He's pretty much led pretty much every lap, I think. I think he went even during the pit stop. So he's going to come through to win the race and keep his title hopes alive. It's still going to be a three-way battle going into the final race, and I've done, well, kind of what I needed to do there, I guess, as long as I repeat that performance in Brazil. But yeah, only one more race to go after this, and honestly, I'm not going to pretend that it's an epic finale, because that would just be lying. And yeah, I'm just going to say it now that it isn't like the best ending to the season, but you know, you wouldn't read a book and stop reading it before the final chapter, so I hope you will watch the final race highlights of this season, which should be out sometime soon. So thank you for watching this. If you enjoyed, leave a like, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.